All right, I'm on hole number 8 of the 2020 Winter Major. I'm in the opening round of the rookie division. I had full intentions yesterday of I needed to upload. I cleaned my device completely off, went back to factory specs, took out the micro SD card, so I got rid of all my storage. So I'm just dealing with internal storage now, and tried to do whatever I could to get rid of the lag that I was experiencing, and it has gotten a lot better. I can actually play now. I was to the point where if I couldn't do something, it was that bad where it was just like, yeah, I can't even play anymore. So I ran out of space. So I had to upload all the videos, and I had full intention of finishing off the round yesterday, but one thing led to another, and here we are. I was going to play this morning, and I talked to one of my buddies, one of our clanmates, Terry. I was on the phone with him on Messenger doing video stuff. First time we talked for about an hour on the phone, and that was awesome. Got to talk to Terry. He's a big boxing fan. That's really really cool. So I'm on hole number 8. He calls this the Casper hole. My goal here is to there's lots of different ways you can do. You can do a rough bump. You can hit from out here coming up. I want to be in front of all this. I want this stuff to be like out of the. I don't even want that to be there. As far as I'm concerned, if the greenkeepers cut this green off right here and didn't take care of this anymore and let it go back to the wild, I would be fine with that. I want to be in front of all that stuff. So what I found was with my odd account, I have a level 7 grizzly, and at level 8 it picks up some backspin. And so when I was doing the shot, in order to make adjustments on it, I had to get over the sand. And you didn't have to pull over the sand a lot, but I have found in my experience playing this game that anytime you start making wind adjustments and you get off of the grass and you get into the sand, that it can affect the ball differently. And so anytime I don't have to pull over the sand to make a shot or to set a shot up, I'm okay with that. So what I started doing in my odd account was I was using a power 2 ball here. I was using a turkey ball, and you could bring a katana as a if you didn't have any of the turkeys coming up in here. And because I didn't have enough backspin, I had to pull back more in order to get it to stop at the cup, and I had to start moving over the sand. So what I did was I brought out a Titan, which moved my red line forward. And it doesn't help if you still stay with the Grizzly because you still have the backspin issue. So what I did was I switched to a Saturn because it has more backspin. My backbone has more. So like if you got a level 7 Grizzly, my level 10 backbone has more backspin. So you could switch to a backbone. But to be honest with you, I have never had, even though a backbone is more accurate than my Saturn, I have never quite had the success with my backbone um, that I've had with my Saturn. I really trust my Saturn numbers, and I've never found the Saturn lacking. It's got great topspin, backspin, it's curled. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. It's a great utility club to have in your bag, especially when you're playing one on one. Because you'll get into those ones and you go, man, I need to do the rough bumps the shot. Okay, do the rough bump. It's got lots of topspin and it can throw you out. Oh, I need to do a backspin shot. It's got lots of backspin. Oh, I'm in a bad spot and I need to scramble. I need a lot of curl. It's got lots of curl. There's not much that the Saturn doesn't have. It's a great club to practice these holes on when we get new holes, because you can go out there with your Saturn and your claw and you can try out different shots with them and go, hey, this club right here would be the best for that because I'm going to do a rough bump and I need topspin, and you can go out there and practice with those. But I'm going to come at this with a Titan and a Saturn. And in this account, in my 77 account, I could use a Grizzly, but I'm going to use a Saturn. I'm shooting the same shot with my other account, and that way I can work the shot, and it's not really going to matter. It's just an accuracy deal. Either one of those will work. If you've got a Grizzly in level 8, it will work, or a Saturn. Either way, either one will work because the Grizzly, when it gets to level 8, it's got 64 backspin, and I think when it's at level 7, it's only got like 40 something. So, but I'm going to bring a Saturn. That way I can get up there, get in front of that sand, and I don't have to ever put that sand into play with a Titan. And I could use a Kingmaker to cut the wind down, and I will use a Kingmaker here just because I have lots of them in this account. And in my practice account, I don't have many. I don't buy a lot of balls for my practice account. When the Power 5 balls come out, those are balls worth buying. It's nice to have the Power 1 low win, Power 2 low win. It's good to have Power 2 low win with lots of side spin. The Power 0, like the Santa or Oceana balls, the Power 0, 3 side spin, 5 win balls, those are great to have. But you can still go out there and do that shot with the normal balls that we have at our disposal. But when you get on those holes where you need a Power 5 ball, you need a Power 5 ball. Power 4 balls are good, but sometimes there's no replacement for a Power 5 ball. All right, let's see if we can go up here and get this. We're at max club, and I'm doing a 20% wind adjustment. Okay, so I've got some room there. Do I have room? I got room. I'm gonna dial that sucker right up to the cup. And it is bleeding forward just a little bit. So it's not doing the regular backspin where it's trying to suck it back up at it. So it's 2.4, 10% would be, that'd be 2.9. There's 1.9. So it's about a ring and a half. Just try and hit it perfect. Hitting one ring great to the right. First shot of the day. And that's one ring great to the right. Not where I wanted to be, but at least it went one ring great to the right. Several of these holes, I've made some huge swings at them because I've been hitting, I hit a great to the right and it ends up to the left. And some of it has to do with if you're using the app and you've got your numbers from the app versus if you're using paper numbers. And the other thing about it is that there's so much slope. Some of these holes where you're landing is on a hill. And if you hit it to the left, it's one of those things where if you move your ball guide to the left, the tip actually waggles to the right. And if you move it to the right, it actually waggles to the left. So if you hit a great to the left, whereas on a lot of normal shots, it ends up great to the left, on that one, because you hit it great to the left and you're on that hillside, it actually goes great. That's in the hole. Ooh, that was unlucky. That was unlucky. Nice shot. That was right at it. You can play these holes with anything. You can go out here and play these holes with anything in your bag. But the deal is that whatever you decide you're going to bring out on here, you're going to have to set it up a little bit different depending on the club and depending on where you're at. Your adjustment, like you can go out there and go, hey, I'm killing it on this hole with this club and a 10% wind adjustment. And then you bring out another club and you're in a slightly different spot for the setup, and then that 10% is not working. So that's why you have to dial these in for your stuff. It's a draw. Hole number 9 is the one. I'm going to play these last 2 holes, finish up the front 9, and run to the store, and then come back and finish off 77, play the back 9 with 77, and then play my low level account and try and get it dialed in so I can post it, so everybody will have some see with low level clubs how it's going coming into the weekend round. With my low level account, it's still possible to get the even though I've got an extra mile 6, it's still possible to get the eagle on hole number 3, and it's still possible to get the eagle on hole number 7. So even though it's harder to achieve the minimum score, what I think of as the minimum score with my 77 and odd account, it's still possible with my low level account. But if I can go in with a minus 24, are we on a shootout? We are on a shootout. We are on a shootout. That's not the club that I would bring on this. I'll make sure I don't want to forfeit during a play. I was sitting there talking and wasn't paying attention, but that was definitely a shootout. Whew. I've done that, or I thought I was on a shootout and I forfeited and I was not on the shootout. All right, that was hole number 8 of the 2020 Winter Major and the opening round of the rookie division. Thanks for watching.